Hey guys, SmartNinja000 here. Today we're going to be working on map making. It's been a little while since I did this. I've been focusing on the wizard pack because that's a really big project. If you don't know what that is, just check it out. It's on my channel. It should also be in the little eye in the corner. Now, if I remember correctly, last time we set it up so when you stand on here, you get your kit. Now, we're actually in a more recent version. We are in 17W48A. That's the version we are in right now. So obviously we have access to all these special blocks, and I was actually thinking we're going to do a little bit of editing to maybe make it look a little bit better. And what I mean by editing is I mean just top blocks, changing them to the bark. So that way it looks a little bit nicer, I feel. Wait. They're different? Oh, this is dark oak, okay. Yeah. So I think that looks pretty good. So we're gonna do that. So that's what we're gonna do first. And then we're gonna get into our command blocks. We have a lot of command block stuff to do today. Since the snapshot came out, we've been getting a lot done, and I'm thinking we could probably actually finish this up pretty soon. There's obviously a lot more features to add. Respawn room and detecting when the piston dies and then announcing it to the chat, but it's actually pretty good. And of course we have these things. So that's actually what we're planning on doing today. We're going to do two things. We're going to make the forge work, so the different like spawners, and we are going to make these. So when you put wool in it, what's going to happen is you put your white wool in it, and it's just going to automatically first off change into the correct color. So gray on this side, green on that side. And what will happen is then you'll have a special upgrade. So we will need to come up with some upgrades, and since \enchant was removed, we're going to have a fun time. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is get the coordinates of this. So what you'll notice is new about the update is if I do summon, you know what, it actually needs to be here, I believe, \summon item tilde. Let's give it an MBT. We want to give it an MBT of item ID or ID semicolon quotes Minecraft sugar count 1B. Did that even do anything? Huh. Expected white space at end of argument but found sending it. Yep. Of course, it actually. Now we need to get the coordinates, which is. What is this? Block. If we're right on the edge, so it's. I believe I can just enter in this. It's 8, 51, 8. Now hopefully it should center itself correctly. No, it's centered at 0.5. So if it auto centers it at 0.5, you just have to do something real simple. Add .0. There we go. So now we have our sugar spawn thing. So let's take this command block. Go click fly down here. Now we're going to start a new command block chain. Eventually this will all be switched to functions, most likely. And alright. That's not working. Now we need to start on another one. Redstone. Now redstone's easier because we just have to do the exact same thing, but right redstone. And we need the coordinates. So you can see that's 5 and -3. Now what you'll notice is really nice about this is it is actually going to be centered perfectly. Yep. Alright, we have this. Let's clear those. And we'll fly over to this one. Do the same thing. But we need the coordinates, and that is 10 and 18. And in case you're wondering how I know this, I'm just looking at the looking at block. So now if we just take this command block, button up, yep, perfect. And then we have that copied. That's so weird. I can go into create, or I can go into adventure mode, but I can't go into creative. It must be a snapshot bug. Someone's probably reported. Of course, it could be just, I don't know. That's what we want to do. We want to make these chain so they all activate at the same time. Now, they're not actually going to all activate at the same time. They're going to be in a clock. Okay, well, I got it to work now, so. Nope, now it's not working. Oh, I don't think you can be in a block when you do it. Is that it? Alright, I don't know. There we go, we got it to work. Now actually, we haven't actually set up the location for the forge. So we have two options. We can either put it like over here, obviously not there, or inside the base. Now, if you don't know, there's going to be... Oh wait, why is there two of these? Actually, that's super simple. We don't need two of these. We only need one. So there's going to be two different villagers, just so that way you can trade twice as quickly. So it doesn't require, because especially beginning game. Now if you're wondering why I'm doing it on this side, it's actually so that you'll see it's on the side of that, and then if I go over to here, it's on... No, I did it on the wrong side. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. So now, you'll notice it goes in here, the villagers. Now we need to make a little thing for good old things. Now, if, we're going to use glowstone. Now the reason we're using glowstone is because one of the materials that spawns is actually glowstone. Now we're also going to want to use maybe some spruce bark. Give it some detail. Too much. You know, actually that glowstone looks a little bit ugly. We're going to change it to quartz. Too high. I kind of like this. I like what we're going with this. Okay, what do you think? That's your forge is here. Okay. Okay. Now this is where it gets even funner, because the forge is the most important part, but what we want is these forges, the way they're going to work is actually kind of funny. Now most games have it, if there's a player on the forge, then every player gets it, but we are not going to do it that way. Here's why. There's... Oh, you know what? We are going to do it that way. I'm sorry. Let me just... Okay, well anyways, here's the bug. So if there's a player on the forge, but they're in spectator mode because they died, or their piston is dead, and they want to spectate, what's going to happen is, if they're on the forge, they can be stealing the supplies from the other team. So what's going to happen is, here's the simple thing. If there's a player on the forge, the materials are put directly into their inventory through a give command. If there's not, they summon. That's the way it works. So we just have to be... This is where it gets really annoying, because now we have to detect if they're not in spectator mode, and I can't even do the... No. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now we want to detect a very strange block, so we are going to go with good old nether wart block. Dropped it. Nether wart block. The reason we're using nether warts is because we're obviously not going to use that for the rest of the whole thing. Let's see, so it's right here. I'm gonna fall down. Game mode, create it. No, Oh, okay. Is it? No. I always do that. Yep, nether wart. So now, here's the fun part. So now we're going to actually make a scoreboard. Scoreboard objectives add, and we are going to call this spawn timer. Or wait, no, we're going to call it. We need 3. We need. Do we want to use 3 or do we? Yeah, let's use 3. Our timer. It's a dummy. We want S timer, and we want V timer. Now we have redstone, sugar, and basic. Basic is going to be the most important. So now we just need to set up a couple clocks. So we're going to start with sugar, scoreboard, players, add, and we're actually going to summon an armor stand down here. Armor stand to the. We're going to give it a custom tag, and this tag is going to be the tag is going to be I think how about I call it forge, I guess. Okay. And you know what? Let's center it. Oh wait. Execute. What's that? Align X Y Z. Run. Summon armor stand. 0.5 and 0.5. Did it summon it? There we go. That's so weird. Yep. Alright, so that worked. Oh, that's okay. That's great. So now what we need to do is add E, tag equal, and what do we call this? Forge, right? Yeah, forge. Our timer? No, we're starting with sugar. S timer 1. Nothing's happening. Now let's see. That's super simple fix. Now we're going to turn command block output false. So once it reaches 200, it's going to summon 1 sugar. Okay, so here's the command. Once it's got a score of higher than 200, we set its score to 0. This is super nice the way it works, and you'll see once it reaches this, it is going to summon. Yep, now I just have to actually add the command. Now to do this, we're just doing a super simple method. Now normally you would do it so it's just once it reaches 200, once it's at 200. But all we're doing is just doing no command of position 0. I don't know. Let's ignore that. So now, if we get an item summoned, let's just fly up. Game mode, spectator. We should have some sugar spawning here, hopefully. Let's see if it worked. Doesn't look like it did. So we're just going to fly down here. Oh, game mode creative. They gotta make it easier way. And let's just try this command. Let's run it. Summon new sugar. So what's the problem with this? Position 0. Why don't we just try removing this to like this? Sometimes that updates it. Okay, let's just wait. Here we go. We just have to collect it. So, and you guys can see it work. Didn't work. Never mind. That was from what we summoned. Okay. Position 0. What's position 0? Summon item. See, this works fine. Okay. No idea what we just did, but apparently it's now summoning sugar. Commands are buggy, as always. And now it's not working. That's so strange. I wonder why. Huh. This command is working. Right? Well, it's obviously working. Okay, so all we're going to do is we are actually going to just change this. So we're going to do execute as .e type equal or tag equal forge. I have no idea why this wasn't working before. Scores equal as timer equal 200 ... summon. Oh, we need to do run summon. Okay, let's see if this worked. Got rid of all the items. Let me do that one more time. Just wait for it. And boom, worked. Why it had to be that way, no idea. But remember, it's Minecraft. Nothing's perfect. So, life lesson. There is no life lesson. Just don't mess up. And this work gets fun because all we have to do is just copy this. You'll notice it's going twice as fast actually. And we're going to change this to our timer. We are going to change this to our timer. We're actually going to change this to 150. We're going to change this to 150. We're going to change this to our timer. We're going to change this to our timer. And we're going to scoreboard objectives, set display, sidebar, our timer. And now you'll notice, first off, this is going a lot slower. But we have one more thing to do. We are going to copy this command. We're actually going to move this one back and make a copy of this. Now we're going to just paste in our summon command. Move this. No. Okay. And copy this second one. Paste this in. Move this. Now we want to go up here. And let's see if our redstone is spawning. And it looks like it is, but just to be safe. It definitely spawned on this side. Now we want to come over here. You can already see that there's a little bit of redstone over here. And it did spawn on this side as well. Okay, so we have one more thing to work on, forge-wise. Then we will move over to the upgrades. And you know what? Actually, I think we're going to start on the upgrades. And the reason for that is, well, I don't want to have to find out the coordinates and do that all again. So, I just did it twice. You guys obviously don't want to see that, so we'll move on to something new. And we're going to scoreboard objectives, set display, sidebar to remove it from the sidebar. Now we're going to need to come up with some upgrades. So let's just take a look. Oh, and one of them is we're going to call it Potion Effects 1. Or, you know what, let's be more specific so they actually know what they're getting. Jump boost and speed. Jump boost 1, speed 1. So when you do this, you will get jump boost, speed. when you do... Here's where it gets fun. Here's a cool idea. Ready for this? Nope, we're going to do jump, boost, 1. Now this actually allows you to jump over these walls. And you can actually buy replacement walls in the shop. So that makes it easy to trap people in or get a quick escape. Next one, this one's I like this one. You get speed 2 on gravel. Now that means if you're running along the paths, you actually are faster. Now you'll notice that there's no paths in there's only paths in the base. Now, you know what? Let's just, better idea. Enemy. Enemy gets slowness. Right? I think I didn't. Yeah. Slowness in your base. This is going to be fun. So now what we do, now we take a block we're not going to use in a color. Yep, glass, folks. We're going to go over to one corner. Now we're going to actually define the base by this to this, to the wall, to this. That's going to be your base. So we're going to need to get the first. So we're just going to go game mode, creative. We're just going to drop down here, place back. Oh wow, that was a lag spike. I'm going to come over, back through, game mode, creative, to this one. Place that back. We're going to fill this coordinate to this coordinate with lime glass. Lime stained glass. Okay, now this area we have marked goes right into here. It's not the fun part yet, guys. Now we get to place back this. Now we go over to here, and we're actually really lucky because we could just find this coordinate, game mode creative, which is right here, and we get to go all the way over to here. Now to here, and lime stained glass. Okay, now we just have to do the same thing for the skeletons team, which I will do off camera. Okay, now we have all the glass in place. So let's get back over to coming up with some new ideas. Now I want to give a sharpness 1, so when you hold your sword you get sharpness on it. But the problem with that is we lost the \enchant command. And \modify item is not in yet. So we don't really have an option for that at the moment, so we're just going to skip over those. I want to do that. So now what we're going to do is now I need to think of a cool idea, another cool idea. I have an idea. How about speed 1 in your base? Well, there we go. So when you're standing on this, you get speed. No, I think that's a pretty good one. Okay. What other ones do we have? Why don't we get what is a good effect? What is something I could give you to make the game. Let's see. Strength's too overpowered. Oh, you know it might be an interesting one? 2 extra red hearts. So what that means is if I were to go into survival, we want to effect give at P, and it is instant, no, health boost. You'll see I have 2 little red hearts added on. Now that might be cool. Now 2 hearts isn't that much, but you know what, actually? No. I don't think I like that. Oh my gosh, I can't do anything. Okay. I don't think I like that one. The reason for that is, well, there's not really a reason. I don't really like it. I think it might be too overpowered. Why don't we try... What's another thing? Oh, you know it might be an interesting one? No. I mean, that wouldn't be that good of an idea. So, basically, your arrows, what we do is we put it to no gravity. Your arrows get no gravity. The archers, your arrows get no gravity. So, when you shoot, it just goes straight where your cursor is, no matter how hard you shoot it. Although it would cause delay because there'd be some floating arrows. So we can't do that one actually. You know, why don't I just take a break and be right back. And we're taking a step into the past actually to look at what it is. But if you look at this, it's so small. It is an extremely small. Now, this is the amount of command blocks we used last time. And I expect to use probably about the same. It looks very, very full. But it's pretty simple. It's actually going on here. We have a nice little parkour room. This is really cool. This took a while to actually build. And what we're actually doing is we're actually extending that piston, which is supposed to be the thing. And what was weird about, what was special, I should say, about this was, now this isn't going to be in the way, the new version, the only way to break the piston was actually to use your normal pickaxe that you got at the start, was wooden, which made it so difficult because if you had a wooden pickaxe then you had like some special, or that was the only way to break it, so that way you had more time if you saw someone was there. Now there wasn't invisibility potions, and I don't think there will be, but you can just look how much this... Why don't we actually just begin the game real quick and you can just see all the stuff that goes behind. So, that does actually show up. Now we will have something extremely similar to that. But, I could probably simulate it starting if I just... there's a button here. Alright, now it's going to assign us a team. And it gives us a nice little objective, and then it also says your rank, which is something we haven't incorporated, and it was actually really buggy. But basically, every time you get a kill, your rank's going to go up, and every time you get a kill, their rank's going to go down. So some team is going to have, obviously, now we're going to start it off with like 100 or something, so every player. Now anyways, you can even see it in action. I don't actually have Optifine on right now, but we're also planning on adding an ender chest, so that'll be good. But we need to look at these. So we had forge upgrade, forge upgrade. That's what it was. Huh. Forge upgrade. That's what it was. So what that means is our forge. What we're going to do is we have 2 different forge upgrades. One makes it so it spawns in the materials faster. So these will spawn in faster, and the way we're going to do that, it's actually going to be twice the speed by just when you have it, the scoreboard goes up. And the other one is just so that way you can get redstone to actually spawn in your base. So those are the upgrades. So yeah, let's actually get into the correct version and continue working. Now I actually just realized this is a copy of it's actually the backup world we're on, but don't worry, I can always switch it over to this being the main world. So we need forge upgrade. So 2x forge. That means forge is twice as fast. Redstone forge. And we'll just keep this one maybe for sharpened swords later on. Don't know what we'll do really. Now we need to actually set these up. Now probably only going to do one, and we might do in a different video the other one because I don't want this video to be too long. Now the way we're going to do this, first off, we just need to get ourselves a command block, and we want to do this like right underneath it just so it's super simple. So down here, this right underneath it, I guess. Now we need to, oh, we have to go back up there, don't we? Okay. Okay, we got our first coordinate, and you'll notice I'm only actually grabbing the first coordinate, which is this, because this is in negative z, so all we have to do is just keep subtracting 1 from negative 1. So let's spectator up. Okay, so now we want to do, we're just going to set this up simple. So \execute if block, paste in our coordinates, and this is actually, we're in green space I believe, so green wool. Then we want to run effect at e team equal, and we're actually going to need to know the teams. Team list. So what is this internally? It is creeper. Creeper. And we want to give them, I believe the first one was jump boost. We want to give them 1 second of jump boost 1. Now, what team are we on? We're on skeleton, of course. So we're just going to fly up here real quick. Get our, ooh, you know what? It needs to be lime wool, doesn't it? Okay. And we're just going to team join creeper. Change this. Now as soon as I do that, we do have our jump boost, and we actually want to make this true, so we hide effects. And you can look, this is cool. I press 4 times. You'll notice it's like, there's actually hidden stuff. Look at that. I did a video on this actually, you can go watch that on my channel. That's what the symbol looks like. But that's not the important thing. Now, we actually, didn't I set this to true? No, I have to click done, okay. So now, we can jump slightly higher, allowing us to jump over cobblestone walls. So, that is what jump boost is going to do for us. Okay, now we're just real simple now. Change this to chain. And if it is, we're going to set it to -2. Now I believe this was, I forget what this was actually. Yep. This was enemy gets slowness. Now the way we're going to do this is, we actually need to count. Now the reason we're counting is because we need to figure out how below it is. So this is 1 block below, this 2 blocks, so it's actually 3 blocks. But we're not going to care about that, we're just caring about the 48. So then we want to, here's where it gets real fun. Then we want to at e team equal creeper. and then we want to do if block lime stained glass run effect give if block tilde 48 tilde lime stained glass. Did I do skeleton? Did I write skeleton? No, this should be skeleton. Alright, skeleton. And we want to give them slowness 1 for 1 second. Slowness. Team. Let's go up here. Let's see how well it works. First try. I'm on skeleton. So that worked great. Obviously didn't work, so we have to look into the command and see what's wrong with it. So first execute if block the coordinates lime at. We want to do team equals skeleton. We have that, right? Where's skeleton? At A. We should do at A. But and actually this should also be at A. But that's not the point. Here, we're gonna try and eliminate some of it. So what we're doing is we're copying this, we're writing backslash execute, we paste this in, and we write run, say hi. So obviously this worked. So a few options, we're going to try and turn it off and turn it back on. Did we get slowness? We did not. Oh, this epi. Now what we have is here is the simple thing where we didn't name a selector. So we're just going to give the close player, which is actually you, because we're doing the player's location instead of as the player at the player. We're just going to give a P, and there we go. So now we are slightly slower while in their base. As soon as we leave it, we lose that slowness. So what that looks like is, that's really cool. We're just going to mimic entering their base. We are right here. Walk in their base. We are slower while attempting to get to there. Now we're sprinting away, but we're slower. It's only slowness 1. But it does make a difference, especially if you are trying to escape from their base. Of course, as soon as we leave it, our slowness goes away. So that's good. It also allows them time to catch up. Now the thing is, you can even catch up even more if you want to do the speed. Now we're going to add that real quick. The way we're going to do this is actually really cool. We're going to take this command and just change 2 slight things. Creeper and speed. Now we are going to teams. No, it's not teams. Team join creeper. Now we get our. We should get our. No. We need to turn it on. It's not working. Why is it not working? Let me just try and replace this. Oh. That's, yeah. Let's just place all these in for. And that's actually all we're going to do for today. Tomorrow we will probably, well, not tomorrow, the next episode. Tomorrow's episode is probably going to be it's either going to be the wizard pack or something else. Probably not this. And if you really enjoy the series, be sure to like it, because my focus currently is on the wizard pack. If you don't know what that is, you should definitely go check it out. It is a series on my channel where I basically make a mod using command blocks. So it's really fun. It's cool. does a lot of modeling. We're also in the latest snapshot, so you can see me testing out all the commands. And I really like this series because, first off, it helps me learn all the new commands. It also helps you guys learn the new commands if you want to make something similar to this. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to like the video. So I will keep doing this on camera, and I will keep making map making videos. So, yep, thanks for watching. See you later.